Welcome here. Okay, so we will start our meeting or our discussion regarding the interview session. So I just want to greet everybody from any anywhere lah. So currently I'm in Perlis. Okay, there's not so many people over there. Maybe we can have a quick introduction for all of us. Anyone that can volunteer, please? Anyone that can volunteer? Just introduce, just a quick ice breaking because not so many, about 16 only.
Hi,
Please, anyone.
good evening.
Hi,
Mr.
Mr.
Kraft.
Rush.
Yeah, this is Raj here. Yeah, so I'm currently dialing in from Japan. Yeah,
Oh, you're
I
from
want a
Japan now.
I want an assignment here, so I've came over here. So I'm just dialing in from Tokyo. Actually,
Oh, you're working there?
no, I just came for a business meet. This one whole week I'll be here. Yeah,
Okay, so you are which in what discipline?
I'm in electronics discipline. Yeah, I've submitted
In,
the application. Uh,
you submitted your application?
yeah, and then I've not received anything yet. Yeah, so just waiting for it.
Okay,
Yeah,
submitted, eh?
yeah, submitted.
When, Rush, Mr. Rush?
Uh, Hang on. I updated the this one. Let me check. I think it was somewhere around beginning of May. Yeah,
Oh, early May lah, eh?
yeah, early May, early May.
Okay lah, still new lah, huh?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, all the best as electrical, eh?
yeah, electrical.
And now you are in which industry? Is it manufacturing or what?
No, I'm in power generation. Yeah, I'm attached with
Power
Siemens
generation.
Energy. Yeah, oil and gas and
Zealand.
power
Okay.
generation. Yeah,
Okay, good. Thank you. From Tokyo. Very far. Thank you so much.
no worries.
Thank you. Okay. Can we have another members, please? Just a short one. We try to make it again, please. Anyone?
Hello, Doctor. Salah. Wait.
Ya, hai.
Oh, ada dua orang. Irwan, you can start first.
Tak apa, Zul lah.
Okay.
Boleh tak?
Thank you, Doctor, for today's sessions. So, my name is Adib Zufali bin Muhammad Alias. I'm the one who basically texting in the group lah because I already received the interview session on 3rd June with
Okay, do you know
ASM.
your exam?
Yeah,
ACM, eh?
ACEM. Yeah, they send me
Mechanical, right?
correct. They send me a email with a letterhead with all the examiners name lah.
Siapa ada?
Ahmad Mashur, IR
Oh,
Ahmad
Masyur.
Mashur, and also IR Muhammad Maki bin Ramli.
Oh, Maki. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I know them both lah.
Mm.
Actually, they are the pair. Huh? Should be no problem. Inshallah lah.
Alright.
Mudah-mudahan. Huh?
Okay,
So we
thank
know
you.
about Mashur too. So he was with me in the ASM secretariat before lah, last year. So I'm also the examiner of ASM before. But it's okay, no problem. There's a new one, no problem. Mr. Zola, thank you. Zul kat mana sekarang?
JB.
JB, eh?
Yeah.
Alright, tuan. Thank you. And which industry, Zul?
Currently in construction, railway construction.
Railway.
Yeah.
Uh, railway bawah tu apa orang panggil? Um, apa nama railway tu? RCL.
RTS.
RTS. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, RTS. Okay. So they also work, sometimes we have work with RTS too on the lightning protection lah. Tak apa. Okay, thank you, Mr. Zul.
Welcome.
Next one, please. Friend, okay, ramai ni. Mungkin kita akan stop tak payah ramai lagi. Tak apa. Ada lagi?
From
Oh, salam. Ya.
Hafizuddin kat sini.
Dari mana, Jawis?
Ya, saya daripada bidang mechanical manufacturing.
Mechanical manufacturing. Okay.
Ya, submitted already.
Submit dah?
Submitted. Then dekat sini dia tulis service supplier assign, tapi saya tak pasti lagi, tak dapat email apa lagi.
Service supplier sent.
Service supplier assign, dia dah bagi date.
Assign.
Dia dah assign, tapi tak dapat apa-apa email lagi lah.
Tak tahu kat mana lah. Dia assign tapi tak tahu kat mana.
Ya,
Okay,
dia assign
alright.
2024.
Okay, very soon lah tu. No problem lah. Mechanical juga, eh?
Ya.
Alright, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Maybe we can have one more only, then we can continue, then we can start to discuss lah. So whatever we want to ask, you can ask later lah. So one more please. Just to know a few of you lah. Because we cannot go through one by one lah. Ramai dah ramai. Lagi, silakan. Siapa lagi? Ada lagi? Seorang dua lagi? Seorang lagi? Cik Wan tadi dah buka phone, dah buka mic.
Okey, Assalamualaikum. Selamat petang.
Kuat sikit je Wan.
Hello, dengar? Boleh dengar?
Boleh kuat sikit tak? Cuba.
Hello, boleh dengar?
Yep.
Okey. Saya Irwan. So, untuk saya pun saya sudah submit 6 hari bulan hari tu.
6 hari bulan dah sampai
6 hari bulan dan it's already accepted lah. And
Bidang apa tu? Sorry.
Saya dalam bidang civil engineering.
Civil.
Dan saya daripada Sarawak.
From Sarawak.
That's from Sarawak.
Sarawak. Oh, sekarang kerja mana bos?
Sebagai consultancy.
Consultant di Sarawak. Civil
Civil.
Okay, consulting engineer. Okay, good. Sarahil lah, bukan Sarahil.
Bukan konsepsi.
Bukan. Okay. Sarahil saya punya kawan pun ramai. Okay. Okay, thank you so much. I think we stop there, but it's okay. We'll try to open up the Q&A later. Maybe you can open up your mic and ask. I don't want to waste time on this exercise. Sekarang sudah pukul 9:06. We try to finish about 10:30 to the maximum 11 lah. Tapi meanwhile, if you got any question along the way, just stop me and ask. Tak payah kita tunggu sampai belakang untuk tanya. So first of all, I'd like to thank everybody for attending this session tonight. Sorry, I don't want to go through for everybody. We got 19 packs now. Dah makin kurang. Tadi 20 lebih, sebab tu saya stop. But it's tak apa, okay. Let me try to share the screen, and then we will still continue on introduction of yourself. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, but we got maybe 15 more later on, while we share the screen lah. Okay. Whatever status that you have now as the examiner, so myself as examiner or any of the examiner will receive an email or the invitation for the assessment, lebih kurang macam ni lah. Lebih kurang macam ni. So in here we will find the names of the candidates. We got 4 candidates. For example, I take someone who was bulan 12 hari tu, they should be selesai already. So should be no problem. I'm sharing this. So in here we got few important paper lah. First of all, go for declaration first lah. So declaration is actually for examiner to declare their what we call it, is there any conflict on conducting this assessment for that candidate lah. So just to show how the process will be. But again, you can ask me. We will try to fix. To discuss on other members who not yet introduce themselves later lah. So we got the name of candidate, GE number, the employer. That we don't have any family relation. We are not the ex-staff of the said employer. We are not a member of advisory board of said employer. I'm not vested interest in the employer, and I have no commercial interest in the said employer. So yani, this will be the declaration so that we can sign and exclude ourselves from any conflict regarding the candidates lah. So this will be the first document that we need to submit to the service provider, either myself, IEM, or ACM. And one more is actually the exam also can be conducted directly by the board. Can be also conducted directly by the board. They don't appoint any service provider. They don't appoint any service provider. So we got 4 method of assessment. 4 possibility to get assessed by the board through PAE. So this is actually PAE. So we will just focus on PAE only. So if there are any other routes as well, for example, to become the corporate member of IEM, there's another route C, and one more is actually through foreign engineer, which is route B. But today we will just focus and your PAE class also starting from the last January also just focusing on PAE through route A only, through route A or first route only. So the assessment can be conducted by 3 parties plus 1 board of engineers. So board engineers can also conduct their own assessment without appointing any of the providers. So that is the thing that you need to know lah. So if in general practice, either mindset, IEM or ACM. So the distribution of candidates will be about evenly distributed among these 3 agents of the board to conduct the PAE. So remember, if you conduct the PAE, the mindset of the examiners need to be PAE mode, PAE mode, because some of the examiners they actually PI examiners too at the same time. So we need to differentiate between this. But normally examiners know which mode that they need to work on, either for PI or PAE if they got both assessment as the examiner. So this is the first one that I want to highlight over here because I think our courses for the last starting from January, we have gone through all the processes and also reached to the point where you have supposed to submit your application through my BM. Then I don't want to touch on that because I think that part was clearly explained by Encik Hazwan maybe last month on April. So basically that time is cleared already. Everything should be okay, and you should able to submit your application if nothing holds you from that submission lah. So this is the first document I want to share, which is the declaration from the examiners regarding the conflict that may arise if we are related to the candidates through any of these options. First one. Second one. So we have this candidates reports. So I will show you. Let's say we see, okay, this one. Candidate reports. The candidate report is actually what you have submitted through the MyBM. It's really auto-generated by the system. So whatever you submit to the MyBM through the MyBM portal or MyBM engineer.org.my, they will be all will merge in this document. So we have about how many pages? About 23 pages from this form PAE, because you submit through PAE, MyVM, and then the form PAE2 on this declaration from the candidate about the assessment. You don't never taken PAE, you have tick all this through MyVM, so it will convert it into this PDF form, and is actually available for the examiner to read lah, basically read. Ada pula ada komen kat sini. Ada any. Okay, no problem. You can put anything lah. So this is our friend here. I think he's close. He's settled his assessment already. So the same goes to the career history. PAE appendix PAE1 also will be here merged together. So whatever you wrote, you submit, will be all here. So you submit here. And this one also, I think, no problem for you. You have come to the talk tonight is actually to discuss on interview session. But as a examiner's point of view, this is what I'm saying, trying to share with you lah. Even though the candidate may be electrical electronics, but the process is all the same, no problem. Either you are mechanical or civil, should be no problem. So whatever they put here is all collected, all collected. Even just one page only, because he just work in one company, just one employer from 2020 to present, about 5 years, maybe 4 or 5 years, just sufficient for him. He's 88, so meaning to say he is actually 35, 36, 37 years old. 37 years old. 35, 37 years old. And experience-wise, is about 51 months. And what we call this leader, the participating level is 3 maximum lah. So even though it's very short, just this we don't have problem to accept lah, on behalf of the submission. No problem to access. And this is the recommendation letter from the IE Selangor will be signed by this senior manager from the same organization. So he is actually working in the same organization. So it's very simple because he got the superior who are supervising his work in the same organization. So this letter also, I think this is a example one. And then we got another one. If you are not working under direct supervision of engineers in the same organization, or you will, getting a signature from outside of your organization, appendix 2B, 2B, yeah. So that is actually the candidate's supporting letter from his employer, and his employer also supervised by another PE, so should be no problem. Even though you are not supervised by any of PE, also no problem. You can get PE from outside of your organization, or even you can get a signature from your company, who is not a PE also, because it's been practiced that way. So because this person just work in the same organization for the past maybe 5 years. I'm not sure about before that, because he is 37, so he's supposed to have more experience, but we don't understand yet. But let's see, we can see the graduate engineer 2020. So maybe he registered late. Let's see the degree. 2013 bachelor of electrical engineering from UNIMAC. So he has a diploma in electrical electronic engineering from PSA Shah Alam 2019. Then he go for work starting from there, and just resume his bachelor. I think bachelor in engineering, all full-time base. So after that, he didn't register for the GE for about 7 years. Then only he come for registration in 2020. That is why his record of working just record right after the graduation only lah. Sorry, right after the registration of graduate engineer only. Yeah. So the scenario, you understand. If you assume, you understand. Is actually he actually working from the diploma. If the bachelor 2013, maybe he continue his apa nama ni, degree 2010, 11, 12, 13, 4 years. 4 years degree after diploma entry. Yeah. So right after the graduation in 2013, he did not register as a GE. Only he registered 5 years ago after 7 years of working experience. So we can see from here. That is why his record is just 5 years solid, based on the registration of GE through BM. I hope you can understand, even though it's just a verbal discussion. You need to figure out, hopefully, the history of this candidate lah. If you got any question, just ask me. No problem. Inshallah, I'll try to answer that. So just one page. Everything is all there from this engineer technologist Muhammad Hasanuddin bin Hamid Dion. He's actually the signature. And of course, he got so, what we call this, parallel lah. The report, the summary of political report also signed by the same person. So clear cut, he has no problem in terms of eligibility to become to sit for the person professional interview. Okay, this is his report submitted through my BM with merged together with the form before. Self-testimony on the competency gained by this candidate, and he's answering by 300 to 500 words depending on blah blah blah, this one. And this is actually his response lah. This is actually his response from A1, A2, A3. So everything is all here to substantiate his experience, and also coverage of the knowledge based on the requirement by these elements, element A, B, C, and also element D. Yeah? I think you also go through this, then only you can submit your application. So just want to go through what is actually supposed to examiner see in any of the applicants. So this is D3, and declaration by the candidates, and also the declaration by PE or PEPC who supervising the candidates' work. So I'm just asking from our members here, do you have any problem to submit the application up to this page 18? Then we can move to another section. They want to try to 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 go step by step. If you got any problem, maybe we can discuss on that matter, please, from these 20 members. If not, I'm just expecting that you have reached to the submission. You have submitted already. And just like our friends, 4 of them, 3 of them, all submitted. Is it true? Everyone has submitted? Or you become
Yeah, already submitted.
there is no one who tak submit again. Everything submit. Okay. Then this is the first document that we have to open while we're receiving the email from this email. And then PAE explanatory notes. So let's see from here. Okay, I think it'd be better if I download it again and open up in a different file so that we can counting sikit. Why? Can you see this? Can you see this explanatory note through PDF file?
Ada tuan.
Ada? Thank you. So this is a note for candidates. The note for the candidate. Let me move things here. Candidates are advised to read up and understand these explanatory notes before filling up the application form. This one, if you should send by now, so we can skip many of these process. But there's something important over here that I want to stress out. Preparing for the assessment process. So this is our case now. This is our case now. This one should be obsolete because you have filled up the application form. So preparing for the assessment process. BM outcome-based PAE. So this is the first thing they want to understand.
Sorry, Doctor.
Yes, please.
Screen dia freeze ah.
Freeze.
Ha.
How about now?
Masih lagi sama tak.
Wait.
Still.
Let me reshare. Oh, ada komen tapi saya tak baca lagi. Let me baca dulu. Yang ni okey tuan?
Okay dah.
Okay,
Yeah.
alright. Thank you, sir. So ada chat tadi. Submitted. Oh, good to know. Thank you. Alright, good. Thank you. So this is, sorry, not this one. Better this one. I can counting over here. So untuk item 1, no problem because you have filling out the application form. You have submitted, most of you, as what I can hear. So now we go for this BEM outcome-based PAE. Just focus on the process mode because some of us still what we call it, mix up with a PI IEM or even maybe other candidates for foreign engineers. So we want to focus on our mode only BM outcome-based is in line with the global move for the international engineering communities toward the outcome-based competence assessment for international recognition on par with the international best practice. That is the first statement by the board. So this statement by Board of Engineers from ENQ Committee 2022. They so quite update quite often. With this assessment method, so if you have fill up any other competency-based assessment from local or overseas, I think the methodology will be just the same. And I would like to suggest that you keep the file because if you want to apply for, let's say, IET for electrical and electronics, maybe for the Chartered Association Building Engineers, for civil building engineers, and other international associations related to professional bodies overseas, the same approach will be adopted. So you can just copy and paste if you want to fill up another forms later So keep it in your computer so that if one day you need to fill up any other form, it can be recycled. That one just a statement from me Objective is to confirm whether the candidate trained and experience has satisfactory. This is the keyword. Satisfied. Met the competence outcome required of professional engineer. Two PA examiners. Two examiners will conduct an in-depth interview to authenticate and candidate practical experience and as presented by the evidence provided in the application form, as well as training experience report. You got two experience report and two verified competence presented therein. So this is the statement. It's actually, we want to achieve the satisfactory level with this interview to authenticate. We want to check, basically, whatever you have submitted and whatever you have claimed in your technical training and experience report is presented in the evidence form. So that is basically the whole process of PA. So whatever have we submitted, everything, most of it will be asked for the evidence. So prepare the evidence in your computer if you bring your computer, but of course you need to bring your computer lah. I will try to explain the process along this presentation. The key assessment features is both competence-based with following features and all benefits: measure the knowledge, understand skill, and professional attitude necessarily for PA candidate to perform effectively. This is the competence area. There are also a ruler, which is we have produced the descriptors. It's the only assessment you state lah, of course. It's a standard competency descriptors. I will show the soalan. I mean the examiner form. Then you can see the overall picture of conducting the assessment. Rubrics to assess the competence level and minimize individual subjectivity. More objectives. So we have objective there because we need to fill up the marks, either 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So marks need to be written. We need to select what is the marks that can be can be given to each of the candidate. As you know, base assessment and evidence demonstrated by the candidate. So actually an evidence base. So the word evidence, objective, competence, descriptors, rulers, rubrics are all actually the gist of the assessment. So we're going to be very precisely according to the what we call this assessment form. We will go through one by one and see what is the things that you can evidence out to the examiners. So basically, you want to see the examiners report lah. Sorry, I want to see the examiners want to see your evidence. So that is the important thing. Evidence is facts, information to support what you state to have gained from your of course experience and training lah. Okay, number 4. The training and experience report must be filled and attached together with the application form. This one is also clear, no problem. Because if you submit the application, mean to say this is also obsolete by event. Personal competence assessment. What do you mean by the competence? Professional assessment. Competence is the ability to carry out the task to effective standards. So this is the keywords, of which the achievement requires a combination of knowledge, understanding, skill, values, as well as professional attitudes also been measured. Perform specific tasks relatively effectively and consistently. That is just a theoretical part of it. What characteristic to be demonstrated? Ability to develop appropriate solution. This is the thing that we want to assess to. There is actually a question asking about that. 2, engineering problem, which is you need to evidence out what is your what we call it, showcase of engineering problem solution. Things that also favorite to be asked by the interviewer. Using new or existing technologies through innovation, creativity, and change. This is theoretical part also. They might develop new technologies, promote advanced design and design methods. Or you go for advanced design. Introduce new and more efficient production technique, marketing and concept, and blah blah blah. Variously engage technical and commercial leadership. One more thing is actually leadership, effective interpersonal skills. Demonstrate professional commitment. Okay, these are all these what we call this keywords. When we go through, this is thing that we want to tap from your explanation and evidence. We have competency area, about 5 altogether. We have knowledge and understanding of engineering, practical application of engineering, management and leadership, communication and interpersonal, and also ethical and professional conduct. But if you go through all these compared to the previous assessment, non-OB assessment PAE, basically this one, if you go through the detail, this one is very easy to score. 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 Only this one, only the thing that we need to stress a little bit more lah. Other than that, it's quite easy to score. Because I'm saying score, meaning to say that we have 1, 2, 3, 4. If you get 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, you show pass one. By having more 3 than 2 lah. So I will show the examiner report. So that you can understand how the rubric works on. And that's why currently I'm seeing also in the last month's meeting presentation about the candidature, I can say that less than 5% only don't meet the target to pass lah. Less than 5 lah. So small amount lah. So small amount. Or the passing rate more than 90% already currently lah. So, but of course we need to prepare too lah. We will go through the competency areas detail during our examining our examiner's report later. So in here we will go for advanced engineering knowledge. This is the keywords. Engineering knowledge, widely applied principle underpinning good practices. This one also going to be assessed. Appropriate theoretical practical method of analysis, design and or solution of engineering problem. This is the only thing that many of us actually feel inferior. I'll try to be frank. Actually, this is the area where many of us feel inferior. If you are in the good position in your career, this one should be kacang. No problem. If you are in the position in your career, either you are a manager or maybe you have at least a group of people under yourself. This one is clear cut. You can get many marks over here lah, because there is nothing more other than management and leadership only. But of course, you need to understand about the commercial, financial matters to decide the technical lah, because we are in this line, technical, commercial, financial is part of our routine as an engineers too again. This one also again, no problem. As long as you can communicate, you can explain, you defend your proposal in the meeting, you defend your budget with the management, you present your management report, you come for the site meeting and explain, you defend or you create the variation order, you fight for your rights, you do that. As long as you're working as a normal engineers, which is our routine is just between these 3 elements: the products, the presentation, and report. Just these 3 only. If you always do presentation, you always talk to people, you always go for meeting, you always go for defending yourself in the meeting, or you defend your organization for some dispute things, should be no problem. You can get 4 marks over here, no problem. It's very simple to gain marks from here. Explain idea, meaning you sell your ideas. Propose clearly and to discuss issues objectively, constructively, and also one more, professionally. I just add there lah. Sometimes there's an arts also in negotiation, so you need to go for that arts at the same time, because we want to have a mature thinking and becoming an engineer. Ethical and professional conduct. This is also what I can say theoretical part, because the ethical conduct is all question about the ethical is there already. You just need to practice how to answer that. Standards, recognizing obligation to society and profession or the environment. This is the keywords. So whatever that I've marked over here and highlight over here is all the keywords related to the assessment, where we need to give a little bit, attention, attention in preparing ourselves for going for the interview. Okay, A, B, C, and D will be assessed during the interview. E will be a written examination. So very simple. E is the actually code of conduct. AC, A, B, C, and D will be your interview orally. Yeah. So there is the how it goes, the flows of the assessment. Okay, 5 areas. Okay, here. From here, the examiners will just go for your report writing. So whatever inside that report, you need to master it. You need to master it. You need to very understand it very, very well, because there is your presentation. We are expecting that you know 100% about the report. So always happen that we submit maybe our group report, or our team, our company's report. We don't dive into the detail of the report. So try to understand what you as your submission, so that whatever they ask through your own submission must be answerable. You need to, I mean, you need to be able to answer every detail of your own report. Meaning to say that you don't submit other reports because it's happened. I have few candidates who submit, they don't aware what they submit. We ask the question, the answer is actually inside the report. I've opened up the report for him, but he cannot answer because it's not part of his work. So in that case, normally we will defer him for maybe 1 year, then come back for interview again. Try to understand 100% every detail, every dot, every comma, every detail of that report or drawing or spec or BQ that you will supplemented under your records or your reports need to be understand 100% by you, because you're submitting it. So you put your your luck through that report you have submitted. When filling the application form, okay, this one I think also settled by events. We have obsolete this by event. Other this I don't think that, okay, nothing to read much, because if you submitted the application form, this all settled. No problem. The professional interview, we have competency A, B, C, and D. This is normally the format arranged in these manners, which is we have the introduction just to know yourself, where you are from, what is your company, what is your basic degree, or your some introduction or ice breaking first lah. That would be the normal for any communication. We need to understand each other as a first 5 minutes ice breaking. Then we go for 15 minutes of presentation by the candidate. So here, make sure that you prepare the slide at least, because we are expecting you to present. So present the best is through slide lah. If you can bring up the hard copy, also good. Hard copy of your presentation only, that slides. No need to prepare the report copy, no need. We don't have to prepare that, because the examiner has your copy already. Only the slide, because you don't supplement the slide during your submission, right? So make it clear slides. We will go through the slides. I think there's no slide away, but we will discuss the slide content just to get you ready. So slide at least. Hard copy also good, meaning to say it's just 8 pages of slides. So if you can print A4, 1 page each, full color with a vibrant presentation, just 8 pages. Make it a very important efforts from your side to come with this hard copy, even though you have things in your computer. Because why? The venue of your presentation or of your assessment or your interview sometimes they don't have any projector, they don't have any computer, computer block, TV to project your slide. Most of the situation, you need to turn your computer to the examiners, or examiners sometimes they will bring their own computer or tablets to see your report, or to see your report, and also your what you call this, your slides. But some of the examiners doesn't bring that. They go for conventional writing in the paper for the assessment. So make it extra effort to prepare the hard copy. Um, if it's okay for you, it's not mandatory. It's not stated anywhere. But sometimes, if you just imagine this way, you bring the tablet, the computer, but there is no projector or no TV to show them. Even though you can pass through their computer, they don't bring their computer or they don't bring the tablet. They cannot see, only by phone only. So in that scenario, you will be caught to get panic, because you cannot you cannot give what they want at that point of time. So the hard copy will save you. They will save you. I've printed the hard copy, so this is my hard copy. If you want to refer, that will be very very good. Simple action, but very helpful in that scenario. But there is also a very well prepared examiners. They have printed everything by themselves. They bring the computer to see your report through computer, even though they have a tablet to compare your report and your your slide at the same time. But take the worst scenario lah. Some of the room is very good. You can have TV to show. You have everything there. But we need to see from the perspective where uh, the venue is not on your side. There's the perspective where the scenario where you cannot use any of the facility over there due to the inability of the room to provide to you lah. So the best is to prepare that copy. Yeah. So next one is a 45 minutes of Q&A session. Normally they will run together through the 15 minutes of presentation, opportunity to provide final evidence if you've been asked, and then to conclude by both parties lah. Or here, the interview. Normally I need to also share that the important part of interview is that we are the candidate. We are the candidate. So we need to dress as the candidature mode. In our case, we want to see a well-dressed candidate. Well-dressed. You don't have to wear a coat or tie because it's quite normally we don't see that candidates. Normally, if you have a corporate shirt from your company, just wear your corporate shirt. If you don't have any corporate shirt, for example, you wear a long sleeve and sleeve your shirt nicely. You can wear tie, but don't have to wear the blazer lah. Normally, I never see. I think from 100, maybe one or two will wear full with this tie and blazer. It doesn't matter, but to me, it's not up to that necessary in our culture lah. In our culture, because the examiners sometimes they just come by own by wearing t-shirt only lah. Some of the examiners will be just like that. But it's okay for you to. The important part is you well dressed. Firstly, secondly, try to make yourself as neat as possible. Try to avoid any what we call this odor, bau badan, bau rambut, bau mulut, bau rokok. Try to avoid that. So that become your important day to dress the best that you are able to dress lah, and try to make up make yourself better than other day. So that is the thing is just to tell that this is an interview. And this is an interview. If you want to go for interview for work, for example, dress something that's suitable to your applications lah. That's normal. Mungkin maybe kita dah tak pergi interview lama, so sometimes kita lupa. We forgot because we selalu dah tak pergi interview. So I just want to remind that even though this is small thing, but it's very important as a first impression for the interviewer to see your seriousness to come for the interview and get yourself ready, dress well. You make sure there's no unwanted odor from you, from your body, from your shirt, from your hair, from your mouth. Make it clear, no cigarette smell, no nothing. Make it very, very firm as professional appearance. We want to see a new professional engineer to be produced on the day. Come early as 30 minutes early so that you can finish up whatever, you know, what we call it, uneasiness or you're nervous. Settle down for 30 minutes and make yourself calm, ready for interview. The third one, your stationaries, pen, blanco papers, maybe your apa nama tu, calculator if it's needed lah. Calculator is very rare. If you go for what we call this technical, it might be needed. But I will explain on technical paper later lah. This is just to stop at here before we go the next content from this paper. What else? Okay, greet the examiners. Good morning, assalamualaikum, thank you, things like that, and then wait to be asked to sit lah. Then you sit nicely, firm, stand up, and professional. Professional look as long as you want to see other people to do the same thing for you. If you are the examiner, you need to be in that mode too. So there is the mode where you are the candidate. So please, for about 3 to 4 hours in the candidature modes. That's the important thing. That's important. So the interview will be conducted either on English or BM. This one normally we don't ask, but it depends on the interviewer. How does he started? If he started in Bahasa Melayu, you can continue Bahasa Melayu sampai habis. If he started in English, you can continue in English. If he started in mix, you can start to mix and mix up. Later on, you go for your own language lah. No problem. That one should be very, very clear. The purpose of the interview is confirm that you have demonstrated the overall level of competence in the competence and commitment areas expected for a PE. Okay, one more thing. If you are, don't forget to wear your stockings. Don't forget to wear stockings because some of the interview location is actually you have to remove your shoes at the door lah. So you remove the shoe at the door. Kalau you tak pakai stocking, you akan nampak macam tak pakai kasut, kaki ayam masuk dalam. It's more need to have a stocking. We observe this even though it's not important, but as I said, this is only the day that you want to spend a little bit more attention to yourself and make it that 3 hours is the best day that you can achieve in your interview session. Assessment. Then I think that is the preparation of the interview. The purpose of the interview is confirm they have demonstrated the overall level of competence in the content area expected for PE. You generally use the practical experience from your application form as an agenda for the interview. So this will be your narrative of the interview. Wait, sorry. This will be the narrative of your interview. And we'll encourage you to talk about your experience drawing up evidence of competence during the interview. Triangulate, this is another term, very popular. The evidence gained during the interview, the competence and the commitment areas, they will give you the opportunity to expand your information in your application and clarify any points. So that is the process. Document should be signed by PVC. This is also done. You have no problem with it. If you submit your application, this one should not arise lah. Huh? The presentation. Now, the purpose of the presentation to enable you to highlight at the beginning of the interview, because this is as your products lah. First process is this is ice breaking. Secondly is your product or services that you want to tell people. You want to buy their I mean their what we call this you want to buy their uh, kepercayaan, you want to buy their trust lah. Huh? Because if you explain your products very well, we understand that you 100% participate. We understand that you sufficiently satisfactory exposed to that. Huh? And try to explain the products or the service that you have reported as your important work experience, so that dia akan jadi macam that's the main area that you have been gone through in the engineering career that you have started after your graduations. So enable you to highlight the beginning of the interview. That it become your points to start. A specific aspect of your work which may consider more suitable demonstrate the competency category A and B. The presentation will also aid the examiners in their assessment of evidence related to competency D. However, the presentation will only form a small part. The presentation will form just a small parts only. We want it to be, that's why the presentation of your slides, even though it's a small part, but it's become your first impression. Either you are prepared or not, the slide will play a very important role. Kalau you tak prepare and you prepare everything, you bring in, you bawa dia punya hard copy lagi, colorful color, very nice to see, vibrant, everything. So showing that you are serious to attend the interview. Oh, I also forgot. If possible, don't defer the date of interview. If possible lah. If you've been asked to come for the date, just accept. If you don't have any other things that you cannot do, please accept the date. Because it gives the examiners a good, what we call that, remark that you are so serious in this. Try not to cancel or try not to defer to any other dates. That's the first thing that you need to open up of your calendar, clear up for anything that may fall into the same date. Only if you cannot avoid, then okay, you give very good reason that you are not be able to come for the chosen date. Because as an examiner, we try to fit, our time. Two examiners plus one secretariat will sacrifice their times for you alone. So 3 against 1. We try to follow them. That is the not the rule lah. That is the common sense. So these 3 okay, but you cannot go. If you feel that memang you tak boleh pergi due to very important, so for example, you memang dekat Tokyo sekarang, nak balik tak boleh, but you can counter. Sorry, I'm in Tokyo now. Can we go for online, for example? Things like that, we accept. Don't defer. Lagi teruk, kalau you sudah commit nak attend, tapi you tak pergi. Itu lagi teruk. You have given a bad impression to the examiners, and I've seen some of the examiners who are very detailed on this. They will just return back your report to the board. No, they don't want to assess you. So then you wait again for the next cycle. Siapa examiner yang akan assess you? Because 3 person want to have you on the day. So try to make yourself available lah. Yang ni patut cerita atas tadi, tapi dah sampai sini tapi since I dah teringat sebab berlaku juga candidate yang tolak, then examiners akan pulang balik. They don't want, because kalau kita dah set five interviewees atau 5 candidates and then seorang tak datang, we need to wait for that seorang, for examiner, another batch come in, kita akan lambat untuk proses that candidate, satu orang. So kalau kita lambat, nanti kita akan dapat satu warning from agent. Kenapa agent, kenapa tak buat lagi dia ni? Kenapa tak buat lagi dia ni? So daripada kita have that problem, we return back to the board lah. So you cari orang lain lah. That also happen. I want to tell you that it's very serious. If you really want this PE status, try to make yourself available in every date be chosen by the examiners. Okay. However, the presentation will only form a small part of the overall assessment, as examiners will examine your full evidence during the remaining part of the interview. The presentation will start at the beginning of the interview, typically about 15 minutes, provide you with the opportunity to explain or to example technical work that you've been performed, a leading or contribution role. But I want to stress here that this is not so not so I'm not saying important. This is not so. We always keen to overlook on this. Either you're leading or you're contributing. Normally, we don't look unless we doubt on your presentation. Then we look back. He is leading or contributing. Then we know where should we ask. Either you want to go for higher level, advanced one, or you want to go to middle, or you want to start with the lower one. It is not intended for you to use the opportunity to present your application. Or this one, avoid. Don't present any of your CV or your blah, blah, blah. We don't want to see that. So for that, 8 slides here, maximum. Don't sell yourself in terms of your other credentials. No need. You just want to focus on your technical knowledge and your what we call this experience as an engineer, how you get exposed and how you fulfill your duration after graduation as an engineer. That is more important. Not to dwell any competency, not to A and B too. If those A and B, you don't have to tell. What is A and B? A is knowledge, B is your practical experience. Knowledge, practical. Just these two. Don't go for something else. For interview at that point, here. The content of presentation should be based on either a single piece of work or you can have examples from your portfolio. A single piece, let's say one project site, but you have go through many projects. So we need to say that you can choose any of your projects to be represent in the presentation. If you work on the circular work, for example, this project, you just get exposed on the design. So you do design. But when you stop designing, you may go for the site, but not that project, the other projects. So you get another exposure for the project management or construction management and the other projects. Or then you left the company, you go for another project, you get the DLP process, for example, defect reliability. And then you go here, you get tender process. You go here, you get this. So things like that. In the scattered projects, you may gather everything in the report too. So we need to say that it's not necessarily you have a single project that covers all these project life cycles. You can have few projects to cover the same project life cycle from the few projects. So that is the meaning by this statement. Example of your portfolio, they consider best to highlight the competency A and B. So remember, in your maximum 8 slides, just focus A and B only. A and B only. Don't focus on other things. We don't want to see other than that, because that presentation just to measure A and B. Okay, you are not required to go deep technical description. No need yet. No need in your presentation. It will be sufficient to just demonstrate the key points of your personality, technical contribution to the work presented. The examiners will explore further by the main part of the interview. The preferred mode is PowerPoint, if possible. Limited. Okay. Use PowerPoint lah. Sometimes they want to go for fancy presentation. those AI and all these kind of even Canva also, and AI, Adobe Illustrator and whatnot. To me, is unnecessary. One thing. Secondly, is sometimes it's not compatible for other. Sometimes they will download it, and it's not. When you go for fancy presentation, it's just for I mean animation and things like that. But if you go for PDF, it will just a simple 2D things rather than all this kind of animations. So just be as basic as possible, with I mean good distribution of images, flowcharts, tables, pictures, maybe a design elements. You want to focus on the detailed design. You want to focus to these things, whatever along the project, and some other maybe words. Because don't put everything in words and just read. It's not workable. You will get less mark on presentation due to that. Because we are expecting you to able to explain, not to read. Examiner will read faster than you because he's read in his mind. You need to talk. So you'll take longer time to read by yourself. He's read by his mind very fast one. So we don't want to see words on this presentation. It's more to graphic um, illustrations, but you're able to explain the illustration parts. Engineers, I think we have a same wavelength when reading. We don't like reading that much. We like to see images, visualizations, illustrations, flowcharts, tables, pictures, detail, 2D, 3Ds, things like that. More engaging for us to see these 8 slides rather than we want to read along with you. No need. We don't want to read actually. We just want you to explain and try to avoid many of the wording in your presentation. More goes to content. I mean the visualization. But here, of course, I need to read lah because I think you don't have time to read this until tonight lah. So we go through one by one here. Presentation message should be sent to email blah 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 in before 2 days. So this thing that you need to fulfill also by the agent, sent to agent by email, and make it not today lah. If you can prepare early, just send early lah. Don't have to follow the 2 days rules here lah. If your presentation is not satisfactory, okay, now this is important. If your presentation is not satisfactory, examiner may subject to you a written examination, any other mode of exam, supplementing the the presentation, supplementing. So you need to pass the presentation, but unsatisfactory. The written examination is a supplementing to your presentation, supplement on technical topics, technical essay based on your experience. So this is the condition where you may need to answer one technical question if your presentation is not satisfactory. So this is actually the things. Sekejap, tukar sikit color. Baru nampak dia ada grand sikit. You may need to answer one technical question if your presentation is not satisfactory. So this is just a supplementing. It's not the main thing. Supplement. Meaning to say that you still have to pass your presentation, but unsatisfactory. Pass, but unsatisfactory. Now maybe you get about C minus, D plus, things like that. It's passed, but not satisfactory. But that's the sign where you have a problem in the technical part. You can sense. But if you are not asked to answer the technical question, that is a sign that you may 80% pass lah. 80% lah. I can say that lah. Kalau if you are not required to sit for technical essay, meaning to say you can say that 80% pass lah. Selalunya lah. See here, failure in the technical essay will result the failure at the interview. So technical essay need to be passed. So what is the question from technical essay? The examiner will dig from your report and translate it into question, either require a detailed design, which is you need to calculate. That's why I'm asking for the calculator just now. You want to bring just in case, because normally you are not allowed to use phones. Normally lah, the phone need to be somewhere. Not allowed to use any tablet, any phone, any computer for that examination mode. So this is very important. If you pass the presentation, you will not require to answer the technical question. I hope it's clear. I hope it's clear for you. If you have any question, just ask. Inshallah. Okay, now we move to this one. Code of conduct. To assess attainment on area E only, one area only. Then we can go for our what we call this soalan. Competency E only. After the interview, you'll be required. Okay, not necessarily after. Not necessarily after. Some of the interviewers, he will just call everyone at the same time. Let's say 4 candidates, same time. Once you reach there, the first candidate A will be called for interview. Other 3 will go for essay writing 1.5 hours. So after 1 hour for the first candidate, he will be returned to answer the code of conduct. The second candidate will be called. So you got 1 hour, and the second candidate got another 30 minutes for the essay question, put on pause, come for the interview first. So after 1 hour, return back to the table to answer another 30 minutes that have been called before, and we call for the third candidate. And the third candidate should at that time idling for 30 minutes because he has answered 1.5 hour plus half hour for idling. So they will call for the interview. And the fourth candidate will be idling for about 1.5 hour. Then he will be called for the interview. Then if everything okay, no one be asked for the technical question or technical essay, everyone can dismiss. About, if you start at 8:30, maximum it will take about 5 hours. So about 2 o'clock, so it should be clear. Semua sudah habis. Yes? Should be clear. Only if you need to answer for the technical. So 1 or 2 maybe later. Lewat sikit. Okay. Not necessarily after the interview. He can be also done before the interview or during the interview. During interview, you answer the technical essay. You will be required to read and listen with understanding the code of ethics of overall professionalism so as to competency E, ethical and professional conduct, personal commitment to the ethical conduct, professional standard, recognizing obligations, certain professional environment. E1 to E5 listed below. So this one, the question. Sudah bocor already. What you need to do is to answer same as you answer competency A, B, C, D in your technical report earlier. Not technical essay, technical report earlier. So same thing. Actually, how you do to comply with the codes and ethical principles. How you do to manage safe system. The first one is compliance. The second one is safety. The third one is your sustainable development. What is your contribution? And the fourth one is your CPD. And the last one is your legal matters. So these 5 elements from competency elements E will be answered by 1.5 hours of technical essay. The question is already there. Only you need to to practice how to answer. So what are the important part when answering this? There is some examples. Compliance. So how you use your code of conduct knowledge in compliance to your work, routine of work. So there's some example of activities or evidence to be demonstrated in the competency level. So comply with the relevant code of conduct, ethics, identifying aspect of code of particular relevant to role, handling problem, blah, blah, blah. This is the things that you need to answer. They don't say any of the numbers. How many pages? They don't say. Okay, tak apa. Nanti we'll look into that. And then the third one is on the sustainable development. If you are working on this sustainable development, ESG, DSG, energy manager, all these 3R, DOE, Development of Environment, sustainability, you are the maybe ESG practitioner, you are things like ESG manager, you're go for the environmental courses and whatnot. Just put your evidence over here and explain to the examiners. And remember how to write this is actually same as you wrote your technical item A, B, C, and D. Same thing, same approach, same methods. Only this one to cover your ethical or ethics, code of ethics. CPD, how to maintain and enhance your competence in your own area of practice. This is how you attend the CPD courses. You go for continuous learning, you go for master, PhD, for example, you go for any competency courses, you go short courses, you go for webinar, things like that, all counted. Then you just put over here, undertaking the review your own development need, blah, blah, blah. And then you maintain your CPD, for example, because you are GE, you don't have any CPD yet. But the point is how you continuously enhance your knowledge, or at least put a par, try to get a latest development in your area, and how you update yourself from the new latest technologies and competencies. On the fifth area is actually on the legal, and here the importance of REA. So please read REA. Please read. And of course, we have one more is COE, Code of Ethics of an Engineers. You can find. I think I've shared. Did I share you the COE? Did I share? No. Did I share the COE?
Macam tak ada.
Tak ada Sekejap. Let me share. Sebelum lupa. Okay. Oh, good. I have. Okay. Okay. We share in both groups, so you can download from there, This one and also this one. Okay, I've shared in the groups. And one more, the REA. I don't have REA in my computer now. In my this is REA. Yeah, the last one, REA, 1967, 2015. So take your time to read, If you don't want to read, also can, no problem. Just Google it. If you can find any of the recorded video from the above documents, so you can just hear, Okay, this is to understand the legal matters. Please read the REA and COE. Being aware of the REA, including the internet seminars, workshop, and blah, 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 to be aware of the other laws and regulations relevant to your work. For example, the environmental law, construction law, health, safety, and blah, blah, blah. So here we can find a few related laws, CIDB, for example. We can also go for, there is no OSHA, and also one more is actually on Environmental Act, atau Kualiti Alam Sekeliling. So just to cover these three, also good enough lah. You can also try to, if you don't want to read, you can you can listen. You can open up the YouTube to discuss about the CIDB Act or OSHA Act or EAX. Then from there you can just get some mood to blend yourself in these legal matters regarding our professions. Okay, I think that's only about the notes. And remember, you are given 3 attempts to pass this COE. 3 attempts, meaning to say, first time, go. If not okay, go another time. If not okay, go another time. So 3 times. And very unlikely lah. You go for more than 3 times. Kalau kena pergi pun, I don't think so lah. No one go to 4th time. So the first attempt should be passed already. So what is the expectation of examiner for each of these elements? A1, E1, E2, E3, and E4, E5. We expecting at least one areas because you be given 1.5 hours. Remember, long time. It's really long. It's quite. It's not that long lah, but you can explain everything in let's say 20 minutes each. You will get about 20 by 5 is 100 minutes already. So 20 minutes is your what you call this checking lah. Okay, talking about the writing assessment is different from oral assessment. Oral assessment, we go for your presentation, you go for your appearance, your what you call it, your wear, outfits. I'm talking about the smell just now, order, your presentation skills, your preparation, and this. When go for written examination, is different area. It's actually a way that we can see how you explaining by your own handwriting. So handwriting is as important as oral interview. First of all, make sure it's readable, must be readable. Secondly, try to utilize the space in the booklet. I think we have about 10 to 12 pages or maybe close to 16 pages, this booklet prepared by the examiners, prepared by the agents. So from this booklet, we have 5 areas that you need to explain in 1.5 hours. We are expecting one area is about 2 pages. So in here, it's about 2 pages. Inclusive of, if you want to make it as a presentable, you can draw, you can illustrate, you can put a table, you can draw, I mean the what you call it, the mind map if you want. You can go for flow chart if you want. You can go for tables. That's why bring your necessarily stationaries. Maybe you want to highlight. Maybe you want to put it in the well-presented handwritten documents because you're going to be an evidence that you are preparing for this. Use a right pens. Try not to somewhat pen the ink everywhere. Normally when you flip, make sure clean and well presented. You want to see that quality of presentation in written. If you can demonstrate it in the handwritten way, we are expecting that you have a good presentation when you can do some computer aid computer aided softwares like Microsoft and so forth lah. So basically, there's a very fundamental assessment to see your ability in presenting your ideas in a very neat, sufficient, and also substance way. That's why you need to quote or to cite whatever that along your presentation. You want to go for bullet points, for example, and then you go for highlighting, you go for numbers, you go for whatever you want to express in that 1.5 hours. Make sure you do the best. and we are very rarely, write written for 1.5 hours. So it's quite lengthy. It's quite, tiring to, but try to overcome it lah. I try to overcome it. So that is the only thing that uh, we want to see. Sometimes their handwritten is so unreadable because uh, mungkin penat, dah lama tulis makin lama makin teruk. But so you need to accent, you need to print whatever you want to highlight in this matter. So try to at least 1.5 to 2 pages for each element. So for these 5 elements, we are expecting minimum 8 to 10 to 12 pages altogether. So try to reach to that. So here is the end of the session for the interview. For the interview should be end here. So before I move to another document, is there any question regarding the regarding the interview? CPD for M board, in this, I'm not suggesting. I'm not suggesting. Don't write CPD for M board in this matter. Okay, any other question related to this before we go for another one, which is the report? So try to take one more document to share with you regarding the examiner's report. Okay. Hope it's clear for you. Now, sorry. Here. Examiner's report. Okay. 2024. This is a new one. BMPAE examiner's report is the name of candidate. So normally what I do is just to open up side by side this one and also, sorry, this one. Let's say Muhammad Fahmi here. And then I open up this file, put side by side, and I transfer whatever that require from here. You can see my both. You can see my whole screen, right? The whole screen, not one window only. The whole screen. I got 2 windows now. This is what you can see.
Dia nampak separuh kan?
Separuh. Okay, let me stop share and share back. Entire screen. Okay. How about this one? Nampak the whole screen? I got two ni. Wait. I got two screens over here. Wait.
Okay, Bob.
So, okay. Now, is it okay? Can you open up? Can you see this? These two screens? Sorry, two windows? Or just one?
Dua.
Dua. So I just copy here Muhammad Shafiq Azmi here and then put it here. It's just simple as that. Then we export everything from here to here. This is how I did lah. Just copy here and put it here. And then we start to fill out this form. Okay, this is just an example. Then we go straight to the form. So what the form calls for, the first one is the name, the my card number, the GE graduation, the branch of engineering, the current employment, birth and age, period of practical training and graduation, and my name over here, and another examiner will be here. Date of interview, and then we go for the detail part 1, interview, item A, B, C, D, rubrics and role. Okay, see, we can have a level O, level 0, 0 point, meaning to say that no evidence of competence, little, educate, satisfactory, good. So these are 5 rubrics You can start with no evidence at all, little, adequate, satisfactory, or good. So if you got 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, of course you will 100% pass. 3, 4, 3, 4, 100% pass. Evidence is the fact information available to support the assessment of the candidate competence gained from his practical training and experience. The marking of the level points will be based on evidence given by the candidate in the application, as well as training experience report and verified interview, measured mainly taking into account apa nak tengok each job task, the size and complexity, the role played, and also related project to the competency element. So here, job task, size and complexity, the role, and the job task competence element. So these are the elements. This is how we want to put it into our marks given. For each discrete competence element, circle lah, dia cakap circle lah, but it doesn't matter. The appropriate threshold level for each competency category, average the threshold skill points are associated with discrete competency element, blah, 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 round up to the 1 decimal. This is for examiners lah. Examiner will be given the written justification in each competence category to justify the scores awarded, especially the high-low scores. Comment must be relevant and appropriate. This is kerja examiners juga. So sebab tu saya kata kalau kita defer the date, examiner akan jadi malas. Malas tu dia akan pulang balik. Bila pulang balik, kita tunggu next cycle. Mungkin 1 month, 2 months, maybe 3 months. So try to suit with any of the date given by the examiners. Don't, if possible. For the overall average, add up the average score to the competency area, divide by the number of competency categories. For in this case, the overall average should be round to 1 decimal 2. Recommendation of pass in PIE Part 1A is conditioned on fulfilling both following mandatory requirements. Overall must be 2.5, each competency more than 2. So if you got 2 altogether, all the elements, even though competency minimum average you scored at 2, but you are not going to pass because the overall average must be 2.5 and above. So that's why I'm saying that if you got 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, you should be passed lah. 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, you should be passed. This is in the middle. So how to get it? By having a good, adequate, at least, or satisfactory, more 3 than 2, you should be passed. A good level is just evidencing. We want to see the evidence. Okay, now, this is the form. Attainment level. What the level of your attainment in this case? Maintain extended knowledge. So this is the keywords: knowledge, understand, and technical in your area. So meaning to say, we want to see that you are knowledgeable, you are technically sound in your area. In your area. It's not supposed to be in the examiner's areas. Because examiner can suit himself to any of your areas. No problem. Because we just want to see the fundamental. The examiner has been trained to do that. No problem. Inshallah. Even though he get the project which is he don't understand at all, but he still can measure. I got few credit because we don't understand at all what he's talking about, because it's talking something that so nanotech, nanotechnology inside these components inside to the particles. We don't understand at all, but still fundamentally we can get something from here. I've ever a candidate who does the satellite before. So same thing. We never do satellite, of course lah, because we in the construction. But fundamentally, we can understand. We can understand. So it's just the matter of explaining up to the examiners to understand your concept of explanation. Candidate has learned and broadened personal knowledge, experience in your areas. So these are the keywords. I mark is all the keywords. From here, the important part is your knowledge. So you gain the knowledge sufficiently satisfactory, then you can get at least two, three, for example, comprehend and apply the knowledge for codes, standards, specs, applications, and your appropriate in local context requirements. That is the codes. I mean, that is the terms over here. We're talking about codes, standards, spec, and also application based on the requirements. So you got 2, 3, 3. Of course, this one will be berapa? 8 bagi 3. So 3 point. 3 point apa? Dah nampak dah. 3 point apa? Kira cuba. Banyak matematik lah. Sikit je pun. Berapa? Malah nak ambil calculator.
2.6, 2.7.
Hah?
2.6.
2.6.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 8 bagi 3, 2.6 lah. So meaning you sudah lepas lah. Because tadi dia nak apa nama ni?
2.5.
2.5 total marks.
Oh.
2.6 actually 2.7 lah. Bukan dia nak 1 decimal. Ada tulis kat atas dia kan? Mana tadi? 1 decimal. 1 decimal. So 2.6666 to become 2.7 lah. So yang ni meaning to say you pass because yang ni dia nak more than 2 for that. So 2.7 is pass lah. Okay, merah. Okay, here. Competency area design. Here is the important part where we want to go for design what you call it? Design exposure. Okay, and I can say this is the most inferior part for many of our candidates. Most inferior. Because some of our, not some, majority of our candidates, sometimes they are not from the design, design exposures. They are maybe project managers starting to do straight away go for project management, so they don't involve in the design. Sometimes they are clients who been designed by somebody else. Sometimes they are contractors who doesn't do design at all, they just execute the design. Sometimes they are teachers or lecturers, so they don't do design, they just go for teaching or engineering subjects, things like that. And sometimes they are maybe what we call this clients do the management rather than engineering. So engineering management become their areas, but they don't do design. And I acknowledge that the many of us who has very less design exposure due to their job function, not their fault basically. That is why we don't want to go straight to the flaws there. The only thing now is how you participate in other people's design. Can you participate right here? Can you participate? Sorry, huruf besar tapi tak apa. In others' design work, DASIGN work. This is the thing that I think the part that we can substantiate our design from other designers. Only you participate until you understand. Participate until we understand. So Canada has identified the review project requirements. Project requirement that doesn't, no problem, because it's just talking about the need statement or what? Pre-bid document. Problem which is engineering techniques. Okay. Secondly, conduct investigation, analysis, design, and development of engineering solution. So you can see the rubrics is asking about you need to conduct either investigation, analysis, or design or development of any engineering solution. So these are many keywords there to give you an escape door. Either you go for design or you go for analysis. So majority of us will do the analysis part. Huh? Either you go for cost analysis, you go for technical analysis, you go for value management, you go for reporting, progress report. It all comes with the analysis work. Huh? And here, the third one is you implement the design solution or other engineering tasks and evaluate the effectiveness. Huh? So here, you can get, for example, let's say two. The worst case also lah, no problem lah. Two. So here you will get two also lah. So should be no problem. Because they want more than, here they want more than two. If that is two means little evidence. Yeah, I can say the serious, it's not serious, sorry, educate evidence, not little evidence. So here, how it going to go for the mark, let's say. So in here also get passed. So some of the examiners, they will fill out the form after they decide either you pass or fail. Yeah. So basically, it's not important on how much they put the marks, because the mark you won't see the marks in your results, because this is not to tell you you score 4.4 flat. No, doesn't matter. 3.75, no, or you even score, let's say, 2.5, doesn't matter. In this case, either you get 2.5, 3.5, 4 flat, is just same, because either pass or fail only. Either pass or fail. You don't see any of the numerical results from your assessment. It's just pass or fail condition. Pass or fail condition. So it doesn't matter you got two over here. I don't want to underestimate you. It's just an example to write the report. To write the report. So you just see 2.7 and 2, they still pass. In this case, it still pass. But he need to get 2.5 above for summary. Okay, here we go for the third one, talking about the leadership, management, and responsibilities. So plan for effective project job implementation. So this one, the question may arise on how you plan your project. So we can explain, we can start from inception, then we go for management approval, then we go for budgeting, then we go for presentation, then we get the approval to run, things like that lah. We can start from project initiation. This is actually talking about what? If you want to put it in the safe side, it's actually project life cycle lah. CY, CLE, project life cycle. So you start with plan, or you start with project initiation, then you grow the project until project closure. So got 3 or 4 minimum stage of project life cycle that you're supposed to know lah, because we are on the same line, kan? Then we go for something related to budget. So in here, if you are exposed to budget meeting, management meeting, review on your VO, you review on the, or you even go for this, what we call that, tender process, or you go for a site evaluation, or things like anything that involve money, budget, is all there. So here you can get quite a lot of marks lah. If you are involved in this, tambah pula, additionally, if you are at the managerial or senior manager, that one should be no problem. So if you always go for budget work, things like that, should be no problem. So your terms being used in your examination or your interview should, coherence with the examiner's term. So you need to have a standard terms when you talk about project management. So this is actually the leadership calls under project management. So you lead the team. You may ask how many people under you. You assist the colleagues, and you develop stuff to meet changing or technical or managerial needs. This is things that you can get 3 marks, for example. And candidate has promoted and brought about best practices and continuous improvement through quality management. So if question for the quality management, you can always go for ISO 9002. So there is things like to support that you have been widely exposed to this. So 4433, how berapa tu? 14 divided by 4 is actually 3.5 over here. So we need to say that you are on the safe side lah, 3 point. Betul? 3.5. So this one should be pass also. So the examiners will write something here lah, to explain about your marks. And here the last element, which is the D. We're talking about the, of course, what else you can talk about is very highly potential to get full marks lah. Takkan yang ni tak boleh buat bahasa Melayu presented demonstration of personal social skills, things like this. It's very subjective, but we can see from your appearance. That's why these things will comes to assist if you wear something so presentable, because it's a part of this mark. So you can get 4 over here as a simulation. For example, you got 4.0. So 4 plus 3.5 plus 2, worst scenario, plus 2.7, 12.2, we divide by 4. Then you will get 3.05. And this is actually pass already. See how simple is it? Average score 3.05, you consider pass already. Sorry, tak boleh dapat. This one. See? So this one, that's why I said easy to get. That's why I mean your appearance is important. This will, this will, what we call that, a spark in the examiner's mindset that you are well prepared. You communicate very well. You're explaining things very well. So this thing is actually your area where you want to excel. Put a full marks over here so that this mark can assist to raise this if you got problem over here. It's simple, just to educate, right? Educate means 50-50. So this one is actually 50-50. So you're still safe because you got 2 over here, 2.7 over here with simulation, 3.5 and 4 here. You can still 3.0. You're still far past because this one need to be more than 2.0 only. So pass already. Then go for professional interview, 15-minute rubrics and rules. So this one should be satisfactory and pass. Kalau ini tak satisfactory, then you need to answer the technical essay. Kalau keluar ni unsatisfactory, walaupun markah sana pass, so you need to answer this. If the candidate fails in 50-minute presentation, she may be given another chance to demonstrate competence and technical presentation by way of writing a technical essay. However, this chance will be given provided by the pass. Also, part A1 or 1A need to pass or need to pass too. A1 is this one. Here need to pass, but the presentation is unsatisfactory. Can it happen? Yes, it can be happen. So basically, even though you excel in presentation, even though you excel in mark, but your presentation is unsatisfactory. It can be happen. Practical application of engineering design, even the presentation will conduct the project or work or just so this just 2 elements lah, only about the knowledge and also the application of engineering. Just these 2. Application of engineering. 2 only. We don't want to go for other than that. So this is A, B, C, and D area. So one we pass over here. Let's say this one we pass. Both are satisfactory. So this one should be passed. This one should be passed. And now we go for interview. This one is a supplemented technical essay as an alternative assessment. This one, if tadi dah cakap lah, fails the presentation, tapi yang ni kena tetap pass. Presentation saja fail. Mana tadi? Okay, done. So they need to answer this technical essay. Tapi kalau dia sudah pass dua-dua tadi, sini kita akan NA kan. Tak payah buat. Okay. Tapi kalau dia kena buat, if he need to attend for this technical essay, so we will fill up the form on T and W. T is the technical. W is the writing. Writing, go for your, see the rubrics talking about what? Talking about the proper heading and paragraphing, present the answer legibly, legitimate, with acceptable grammar, lexicon, spelling, and punctuation. So it's English thing, where we don't want to assess you on English. It's not necessary in this assessment. Understand the question clearly and answer with suitable technical content and relevant examples, and present to answer concisely and coherently with proper heading and paragraphing. And C and E, W3, present and answer legibly and with acceptable grammar, lexicon, spelling, and punctuation. It's not technical. It's just English. And so we don't want to assess you on this. So hopefully we don't have to go for technical essay lah. If not, we still have to assess you even in English things. So the first part is on the technical knowledge. The second part is on writing proficiency. And here you need to get T1, T2, T3, W1, W2, W3, divide by 2. The average score must be rounded to 1 decimal, must be more than 2.5, and 2 for average for each element W and T. Same goes to the previous forms lah. But hopefully we can skip this part. If we pass everything over there, we don't have to answer the technical essay. But there is a case. I need to share this case. And the last part is your code of conduct, which is whatever you wrote in your examination sheet, exam report, exam sheets. I've said write one question, at least 1.5 page or 2 pages is the best one. By 5, you need to answer at least 8 to 10 pages in that booklet, because you're being given 1.5 hour. Make sure your writing is readable, presented very well, everything is there, and you can creatively use your own imagination to explain in a good narrative on your work, and cite the evidence plus the quotations from the X regulations or code of ethics that related to the questions. That is the important. So here we want to talk about comply with codes and conducts, manage safety, same thing actually, same thing. This is codes, this is safety, this is sustainable development. The third one talking about the CPD, the last one on the legal. So codes, safety, sustainability, CPD, and also legal. This is the main course of your essay writing. Make sure the essay you wrote is readable, clear, concise. Concise macam tu aja. Concise and elaborate with tables, flowcharts, illustration, etc. Or you want to go for highlight, bullet points, numbering, etc. At least 1.5 pages for each elements. Make up to 8 to 10 pages minimum. This is important. Quote, C-O-U, quote means C-O-U-T. Quotes from X regulations, COE, etc. And what was one more thing just now? Cited from source to strengthen your answer. So these are the tips lah. One more precise. Okay, you can use, okay, quite subjective. One page is depend on your font size. Use suitable font size, even your handwritten. Of course, you have to 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 compare your size and Arial 12 or Arial 14. No need. But you put a very stable what we call this arrangement. So whatever that you can do, bring it here so that you can have a very clear presentation. Remember, the important part is presentation, presentation, and presentation. So make sure you present it very well. Make sure. So I better highlight this one. It's not just a simple write up. You can strike to wherever you want. Make it one more thing here. Importantly, is neat. Sorry, not 1.5. 1.5. Okay. Next is the PI results. So either we go for this one, computer blah blah blah, pass. This one should be pass. This one should be pass. Satisfactory. Certification not required. Pass. And then we pass over here. Sorry. Tadi kita letak markah tak tadi? Tak markah. Okay. Here. Let's say kita tak markah. Compile ribbon code, let's say 3. 3 is what? Satisfactory. 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 So you will get 3.0 pass there. Okay, next. Okay, pass. So, part one assess independently. You have code of conduct. You have to pass the code of conduct. Okay, you'll be required to sit on it. So this is just a recommendation for us to select lah. So it's not for you. Then we go for the last one. Tick only one box. It's all here. Sorry, should be here. Tick one box. Then we will write something over here. Then we put our name and we put our numbers and we will sign over there. So that's it. And of course, the same second examiner also doing the same thing. So then we will submit the report to the agent, and then the process of the next one. Okay, what will happen next is actually right here. Next is pass back to agent, compile, and send to BM, ENQ, examination and qualification, and a meeting every month, third week. So the next one will be every month, third week of the month. Right? Then proof results. Then escalate to BM boards. BM board is actually board meeting to endorse. Then issue results officially. So here about minimum 1 month to max 3 months. So normally if you don't have any problem, the result will issue very fast. But if you got problem, result may be a little bit delay. A little bit delay because they got process to do if the candidate is not meet the requirement. We got the reviewing process. So it will take longer time normally. But you can get about 1 week, 1 month to 3 months after the interview. It should be, kalau you dapat dalam tempoh tu, memang boleh kata pass lah. Boleh kata pass. If you got the email but you don't know the results yet, for example, right? So you got between 1 month to 3 months is actually pass lah. Okay, I think that is the only thing that I want to explain or to share with all of you tonight. And we keep this as our, presentation, part of the deliverables that we want to share for all our candidates joining our PIE program with MySet Magnetic Academy 2025. The first intake, this program, actually we just have one intake per year, starting from January up to April for the submission, and we do the same procedure, inshallah, for the next year. And the programs is actually try to have it yearly event on how to be PE through PIE Mindset and Magnetic Academy. And other than that, we try to coach every of you to ensure the submission within the time frame. And we want you to have your PE title by the same year, which is this year. So if hopefully by this exercise can assist you to submit your applications. And if you got any things to review, just let me know as the one of the the driver of this program. I love to see the feedback from your side to assist us in making the program is more significant for our members lah. So thank you for choosing us to be part of your PE journey. Hopefully it will be very remarkable, milestone in your career from graduate engineer to become professional engineer. So I open up. If you got any question to raise within maybe 5 minutes, please, we can raise it now and we can have a continuous discussion if you want. Please, if you got any question, just open up your mic and we can start to explain.
Doktor, probably kalau contoh my interview kan on 3rd, right? So I send my slide to you for review, boleh ke?
Boleh, can, no problem. Can, no problem.
Okay, thank you.
We to be on the, because just follow me up lah. Sometimes I've got lost too. Yeah, just send the slides. I don't have the sample or the slide now because even though I do, but kena cari sekejap lah. Ada slide ada je cari kalau ada jumpa But you can send to me lah.
Okay, sure, sir. Thank you.
But let me find, because I've read somewhere about the slide tips. Wait. Slides. Sources. Any other question? Mana dia? Start message. Oh yeah, I've got. So you have shared to the groups directly, So the slide should have this. The first one, your professional background, competency and academic. The second one is your professional interview session. Background of the project. The third one on the standard references. The fourth on the design calculation, layout schematic on the fifth slide, BQ specification of 6, And PMC, project management processes, on slide 7, and then closing and summary lah. So that is actually the summarize of what we want to see in your slides lah. Any other question that I can assist?
So, regarding part E, part E on the CPD. On the CPD, we actually can only write about our journey on our trainings and our maybe involvement in getting new learning items, or we must take from the code of conduct to also write inside there.
Okay, I'm actually I cannot hear you precisely. So what I can say, you're asking about the code of conducts element E, code of conduct AC writing, right?
The code of conduct is say writing element E, which is regarding to the CPD.
Mhm.
Okay, can we only write about our experience that, or our journey in having all the trainings that we had throughout our years after GE, or we must also write regarding the code of conduct as you posted in the WhatsApp just now?
Okay, not necessarily 100% code of conduct things lah, of course lah, because it's just part of the elements that we are looking for. Of course, other CPDs, it's not CPD straight away go for code of conduct only, because technical training also falls under CPD. So you can explain whatever courses that you have attended. Either you go for, let's say, for example, a master level, you go for PhD, for example, you go for competency classes, you go for, let's say, DOE courses, or the DOSH courses, or CIDB courses. It's all counted. It's all counted. And add on this COC from BM as one of your attended either you go for webinar, you do self learning also counted. If you go for self learning, you open up a webinar, a code of conduct from Board of Engineers Malaysia, for example, that also counted, no problem. Okay, any other question? 11:03, I think we take about 2 hours just to explain about that. Ada lagi soalan? Ataupun ada apa-apa yang boleh saya bantu dari segi lain, silakan.
Doktor ada soalan dalam chat.
Project drawing evidence of occupancy B, we need to bring hand copy P and does occupancy B. No need, no need. No need. The project drawing evidence for competency B, we need to bring hard copies with PE. Endorse, you're talking about drawings, right? So drawings, if it's handy, you can bring lah. If it's handy lah. If not, you don't have to bring the whole frame lah. No need lah. Just hard copy, soft copy also will do. That's why bring your computer, or even you have the tab, you can bring your tablet too lah. We have the team need to be endorsed. Item need to be endorsed, just your report. In this case, just your report. So the report also have shown in the previous at the beginning lah, on how we received the report from the system generated by my BM, so we can see everything from there as per your submission lah. Okay. Call for approval. No need. We try to exclude the MBOT and BM organization in this assessment. Don't put it. If possible, because it doesn't make any difference in terms of the assessment. Okay. Other than that,
Assalamualaikum Prof.
Nuzam,
Untuk slide 3 tulis tu Prof cadangkan standard references.
Ya.
Boleh bagi pencerahan sikit tak? Maksud saya macam saya punya topik is about pumping concept, and then what sort type of pump yang saya pilih, and then what sort of condition tu. Jadi yang standard references tu maksudnya macam mana? Saya cuba nak faham sikit.
Okay, jap, saya baca balik. Standard references. Okay. The first
Prof.
one, what is the standard yang you pakai? To come with that decision, kita pakai standard apa? You list up the standard yang kita pakai lah. Ya, kita nak buat justification for the pumps selection. Ya, jadi kita pakai standard apa untuk decide that thing. Because apa yang saya tulis slide 1 sampai slide 7 ni ataupun slide 8 ni, dia punya flow dalam borang tadi tu. So flow dalam borang tadi, competency A and B, this is what they want to see, because this is the thing that straightly impact on the assessment form. So kalau boleh ikut the flow. So flow tu akan dia nak tanya, you dah cerita. Dia nak tanya, you dah cerita. Hati benda macam tu lah yang kita nak buat, sebab kita faham the rubric assessment. Right?
So maknanya dia punya flow tu is A, B, C, D macam tu lah, daripada mula hingga akhir macam tu lah.
The ABCD for me is the form. Dia ada element A, element B, element C, element D kan.
Ya.
So untuk slide 1 sampai slide 8 hanya untuk elemen A dan B saja.
Okay. Faham.
A dan B saja. So you focus on the projects. Because tak lama pun, 15 minutes saja untuk benda tu. So we need to go for other elements at the same time. The report last page, okay, no problem. I endorse only right the no need every page. The report last page, the report, no need to go for every page. Just in the front or at the last page. I think they got 2 pages lah. First in the front cover and the last page, because they got the form over there to write up. Okay, I think that's about the assessment. The interview session. We got about 21 members in the in program. So rasanya ada lebih kurang 30 lagi yang tidak hadir, but kita akan keep it recorded and to share back in your in our system, so that you can view it later if you dah ready untuk pergi ke interview. So hopefully these 2 hours can give you some preparation lah, in order for you to get ready for the interview session. Again, on behalf of Mega Jati Academy and also myself, saya ucapkan terima kasih setinggi-tingginya kepada tuan-tuan dan puan-puan semua yang memilih untuk program ini bersama kita sejak awal tahun bulan 1 itu sampai sekarang dah nak masuk bulan 6. Dan saya berterima kasih kerana tuan-tuan bersama lagi sampai ke hari ini, malam ni, untuk kita dengar satu lagi proses terakhir lah dalam penilaian profesional PAE melalui BM, dan mana-mana ejen pun yang kita dapat, either IM, MySet or ACM, we have tried to bring everybody to MySet agent. We have tried, because this is a MySet program, but we cannot ensure. That's one I need to disclaim, that we cannot ensure that you will reach to MySet office, because there is a quota for every of the the service provider, evenly distributed by the Board of Engineers lah. But either you go for ACM, MySet or IM, even though through this 2 hours explanation, I think the process are all about the same, because we are using the same form, same processes, same rubric, same metrics, same almost everything. And sometimes we got same examiners too, that working with these 3 agencies at the same time. That will be a pool of examiners, all well trained in the same discipline to assess and to execute the examination through this PAE. So If we can get through mindset is very glad for us because we can gather everybody in the same assessment that we did before. But if you've been selected to other provider also, don't be afraid. I think there will be just the same exercise that have been discussed tonight lah. So should be no problem. Dan continuously update us in any of the groups so that we can track yourself before your interview. Maybe you can ask if you want to pass your slide for me to assess also. You can pass straight to me, but keep follow up lah. Sometimes saya tengah drive ke apa, saya tak baca. So next day baru saya nak baca, saya dah lupa. But keep follow up sebab saya takut you hantar saya tak sempat nak balas. So tunggu-tunggu saya pun dah lupa. Give follow up so that we can execute. Because nak check tu sekejap 8 page not that long lah. But using the elements that I've shared, so hopefully it close to the whatever that examiners required lah. Submit dalam bulan Mei PA, saya jangka minggu depan ada meeting ni 27, kemudian bulan 7 mungkin. That's why kalau kita boleh submit before 15 hari tu dan still bulan Mei sampai hujung bulan, I think the most time you will call for interview maybe July August. So after 3 months or 1 or 2 months, 3 months after July August, we hope that you can get your PE status by the same year of your PAE class lah. So that is a very huge victory for us as the organizer. On behalf of myself and MJA, we thank all of you for giving us the trust to be a part of your journey to become PE, and keep in touch. There's a lot more coming from myself and MJA too. So with that note, again, I thank everybody for your time contributing tonight for the class for more than 2 hours. Hopefully we can get something from here, and all the best for your PAE examination very, very soon. Thank you so much. Assalamualaikum, selamat malam, selamat beristirahat dan kembalilah bekerja semula besok. Terima kasih bang.
Thank you, Doctor.
Assalamualaikum. Keep in touch. Bye.
Assalam.
Thank you, doctor. Thank you. Bye.